Well, boxing cards don't come much more entertaining than what we're going to see on Wednesday night. It's a main event triple header. I'm Ben Damon here to preview it alongside the legendary Jeff Fennick. And Jeff, this is a super card in Newcastle.
Yeah, definitely. The more I think about it, the more I watch, the more intriguing it is. I think Gallen's opponent this time is so skillful. I've watched him. But yeah, Gallen's picked a few flaws up there, and I watched Gallen spar over the last couple of weeks, sparring 10 rounds and 8 rounds with Jackson Murray, and I think, yeah, he's totally ready for this fight. And Jackson brought a lot of angles, a lot of different things to Gal, and Gal was there for the whole 10 rounds and finished so strong, it was unbelievable.
You've got good insight as well because you do train Jackson Murray. He's a big, rangy southpaw. Terzievski's a southpaw and he's been sparring against Paul Gallen. How has that been going? How do you think Gal is placed at 40 years of age?
Watching him in the early rounds and seeing him finish, and I remember during the spar, I thought, look, 9 rounds enough. I said, that'll do. Gal, no, I want to do 10. He just wanted to make sure he had that 10 done in his mind. He's just got that amazing mindset. And look, his opponent's very classy, very skillful. If you watch him, you think, wow, there's going to be trouble. But can he handle that pressure for 10 rounds? Yeah, and that's the question. And we're going to have to wait and see because I know he's got a great old trainer in Ray Giles in his corner who'd have him very, very fit and know exactly what he needs to do. But Ray's not in the ring with you. You don't have those other guys with you. You've got to do it on your own. And he has quit before, and that's what Gallen's been saying. That's what Gallen's banking on. And I think that the fight that he quit in, I don't think there's as much pressure as Gallen's going to put on him because Gallen knows he has to put pressure on him. So look, hopefully this young guy's ready and he's going to put up a great fight. I really do think he is.
Terzievski, one of the nicest guys in Australian boxing. We dealt with him through the course of the week, last week, previewing this fight. Paul Gallen, he's usually in there having a go at these blokes, and he did call him soft and a few other things, but he couldn't really talk himself into the fight against Terzievski.
Yeah, usually if somebody says a little thing about Gal, he bites your head off. Well, this guy never said anything, but give him a lot of credit, which is look, I quite enjoyed, Ben. I like the rivalry a lot, but I also like respect. And these two guys respect each other, and Gal respects what he's in against, but Gal knows what he has to do to win the fight, and so does his opponent. So look, it's going to be very, very interesting. And look, the first few rounds will tell if this guy can hurt Gallen early and get his respect and maybe slow Gal down a bit. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, the money has been overwhelming for Terzievski in a betting sense as well. He started a massive outsider.
Yes, $6 something.
Yeah, but he's come right in.
$2.20 or $2.40, which is crazy.
A lot of money. Do you think they're on the money? Would you be having some of that, particularly the $6? Yes, but now that they're a bit tighter, do you still think that?
Well, if you look at skill-wise and early on, if I just didn't really look at his fight when he did sit in the corner there, man, I think, wow, he's got the skill level there. Yeah. To give Gallen the hardest fight he's had. Can he do that for 10 rounds? That's the question. Gal thinks no. I'm thinking that this fight will go the distance, and I think that maybe Gallen will finish a little stronger than him, but watching Gal against Big Jacko the other day and constantly working inside and that little bit of head movement that he's getting better and better at, I'm confident that Gal can do it.
Okay, so that is the main event, but let's talk about the rest of this card. The co-main is Nikita Tszyu in his second professional fight. We saw him first time out with a second round stoppage victory. Now he goes in a bit tougher. 5-0 Mason Smith from Victoria. They say, the Victorians, that he's the best kept secret in Australian boxing. He's very, very confident as well.
Yeah, well, listening to Mason talk the other day, he didn't have a problem in the world, man. He never, shouted out anything, but he was very, very confident, and you need to be confident when you're going in against guys with huge names and amazing history between their families. And that for me was a positive for Mason, letting Nikita know that he's not really worried. He's still very, very confident. Nikita had like 8 years off, and to come back in and do what he done in the first fight. When you listen to Nikita talk, he's so calculated. He's such a smart young man. I think that he knows what he has to do in fight number 2. He maybe didn't do exactly what he wanted to do in fight number 1. He was a little nervous and stuff, but in fight number 2, I think that he'll slow down a little bit, pick his punches better, and we'll see a different Nikita Tszyu.
So you're expecting Nikita Tszyu to get away with Mason Smith?
I'm not sure who really wouldn't think that would happen. They're not going to put him in against somebody they don't think he can win at the moment. And obviously he's watched and he's very confident. I'm sure his brothers watched and they're very confident. I'm sure the whole team's watched and they're all confident. So look, I think that he has the skill and the ability to do the job.
It's a good fight, and so is the third down the list. It is Harry Garside, Aussie Harry Garside, of course, our first Olympic medalist in boxing in 33 years. He's now the Australian lightweight champion, and he takes on the Tasmanian Leighton McFerrin, a man that we don't know a lot about, but his record says that he can fight. He's 5-1 as a pro, and every time they come out of Tasmania, they're tough. Jeff,
Yeah,
what are you expecting in this fight?
Well, I'm expecting a tough fight, but I just want to say about Harry, at the start when all this happened with Harry Garside and all the hype and stuff, not that I wasn't excited and stuff, I just thought, looking at him, he's a strange kind of character. The more I see him, the more I talk to him, the more I listen to him talk, the more I love this kid. I mean, he's so good for the sport. I think he's great for himself, he's great for his supporters, he's great for any youngster in any sport that wants to, just believe in yourself and do what you want to do. And I watched him spar Haas. I've watched him in his last fight where he went 10 rounds at a tremendous pace. The first time he's ever gone over three rounds, and I think that he's got it all. I think that he's going to prove to be something very, very special in the near future.
If Leighton McFerrin's watching this, what would you be saying to him? What does he need to do to beat Harry Garside?
Oh, obviously got to beat your best, my friend, and you got to make him fight your fight, and that's the secret to success in all sports. Is you make them fight your fight, or you make them play the game that you want them to play, and you put them in the areas that you wanted to put them in, or else you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Earlier in the card, you'll be in the corner of Haas Hamden. He, of course, is the son of Nader Hamden, who was a legend of modern times in Australian boxing. He's in a real grudge match against a fellow undefeated fighter in Trent Girdham. Two fighters that don't like each other. They've been sort of moving around this fight for a little while, and now finally we get to see it in a fight that really does promise to steal the show and become fight of the night.
Yeah, definitely so. There's been a few reasons why the fight hasn't really progressed. Some about weight and rounds. We don't want to fight 6 rounds. I mean, that's not. Harry fought 10 rounds in his first fight. I mean, that's what Haas wanted to do. I mean, although we're fighting 6 rounds, we've taken the fight. Of course, Haas prefer this to be for a title than fighting for 10 rounds. But look, I'm just hoping they both go out and do each other, or do the sport justice. I don't want to see any of this crap because I'm on this bullshit that goes on where people yell and scream at each other and they take that in the ring. When they go in the ring, they're both two talented boys. Both can box, both can punch, and I think it'll be a great fight, and it might steal the show.
Really looking forward to this show. Looking forward to getting to Newcastle again as well. It's going to be something special, Jeff.
Yeah, definitely so. The people of Newcastle love their sports all over the board, but they love their boxing especially, and they love their rugby league, so can't wait to get up there and say hello to you guys.
Yep, we can't wait for it. That is Jeff Fenech. I'm Ben Damon. Can't wait to see you at the fights.